Now I'm going to demonstrate how to produce the final two arches, the basket arch and the Tudor arch, which are both arches that require a little bit more problem solving and some tools other than only the arc tool. I'm going to start with the Tudor arch. So when we zoom in, we'll notice that in this case, the Tudor arch is made up of two curves, one here and one here, but also some straight lines. So it's not just an arch. Sorry, it's not just an arc. It's an arc plus a straight line. So in order to draw this, we are going to have to draw a straight line coming from this point to about here, and then draw our curve. So straight line and curve. So again, it's snapping a little bit too. What you'll notice here is that if I draw the tangent, remember means when the line is hitting your circle in only one point. So that is going to be the smoothest line to curve transition that you can get. So if I draw the tangent that SketchUp wants me to draw, I'm a little bit off the edge of my Tudor arch here. And if I draw the curve that I want to draw, I'm getting this weird, ugly bulge because it's no longer a tangent line. So this is a little bit trickier. There's different ways to solve this problem, as with any kind of SketchUp problem that you get a little bit further on, that becomes most problems that you'll run into in SketchUp have multiple solutions. It's just about figuring out which solution you can implement with the tools that you know. So what I'm going to do here is I want a tangent, but I also want to try and follow this as closely as possible. So what I'm going to do is that instead of drawing my line and just having it stop here, I'll figure out where it stops later. I'm going to draw my tangent, and then I'll figure out my arch. So I'm going to find a point on this line where my arch starts from, and then I'm going to use that snap to guide arc that SketchUp is giving me. All of these are going to be tangents. So I'm just going to move a little bit on my screen until I find something, a position that looks about right to me for this curve. And then I'm going to click to choose my point. And remember, I have to click a third time to apply the arc. Once I've done with this, I can erase now this line, which is now just a construction line. And that gives me a pretty good fit with a clean, smooth transition here between my curve and my straight line. If I do that again on the other side, I'm going to apply a tangent and my curve. Choose a point where I think it's curving, maybe something here. Something here looks pretty good. There you go. Erase the construction line. There we go. And here we have our Tudor arch. Now the next one I'm going to demonstrate is the basket curve. Now, at first glance, this looks quite simple. It looks like our original the Roman arch, which was just 2 points and dragging up. But see, we have a little problem here because actually, if we pull up our arc, it starts out correct, but then it doesn't match up at the top. So how are we going to solve that? Well, we have several options. But I'm going to show you one. I'm going to try one option first. Let's see, we're doing this real time. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and make a curve that matches around these bits, around the edges of my arch. And then I'm going to use my scale tool, which is this one, which allows me to resize objects. The scale tool, we haven't talked about it very much, but you might remember that I can choose to scale an object, either flatten or extend an object according to one axis, or I can choose to have a uniform scaling up or down by choosing my diagonal axis here. But in this case, maybe if I flatten my arch, I'll get a better fit. So I could do that. That's one way of doing it. So it's already a better fit. That's one way to get something close to a basket arch. Let's also try something else. I'm just freestyling here. Another thing that we could try is we could try to break this down into more than 2 arches. Maybe we could make it into 3 arches. Let's see. I have one here, one here. Remember, I want to try and stick to the tangents. And one here. That's also not a bad fit. So there you go. There are 2 solutions to make this basket arch, either breaking down this line into actually 3 curves instead of just 2, or instead of just 1, or using the scale tool to make one arc and then flattening that arc until it fits.